Whoa, jump scare. If you are new here, hello, I'm Subrena. If you are not new to this, you already know why we're here. So, we're here with a K-tip maintenance wash day routine. At this point, I've had the K-tips in for about 3 weeks now, and I know y'all thought I forgot when I said I was going to come back with a wash day, but I didn't. It just took me a minute to get here. So, real life K-tip drama. This is what happens when you don't attach your K-tips to enough hair. Getting into the wash day, we're starting out with our shampoo, which I am using a applicator bottle to apply. I will be going in with 3 shampoos. The first one is the Design Essentials Honey Cream Shampoo. This is going to be the moisturizing shampoo. I am also going to go in with the Design Essentials Peppermint and Aloe Shampoo, and also the CeraVe Anti-Dandruff Hydrating Shampoo. I do have my applicator bottle filled with about 5 ounces of water, and I put a generous amount of shampoo in the bottle and I lightly shake it up to get the mixture going. Let's get started into the wash day. So everything here is going to be done in sections. This is going to save your life. And also, I'm just very cautious in making sure that I minimize breakage and I don't cause any damage. So first, I am going to go in and section out my natural hair and the leave out before I go in and start with the shampoo. So I just go in and I apply, forgot my little Superman cape. But I just go in, I apply the shampoo to my scalp, and then I gently massage and cleanse my scalp. I do take my time. I make sure that I go in sections and I separate my hair row by row in the way that the K-tips was installed. And again, I just go in, I lightly massage, cleanse my scalp, remove any buildup, any dandruff, whatever is itching, get that good itch in. But I am very mindful in the way that I'm scrubbing my hair. Again, I don't want to cause any unnecessary tangles, matting, any of that. So you want to be very gentle when you're doing this. And you just want to go in there and just clean your scalp as good as possible. If you use a lot of edge control, make sure you really get around your edges. Right here, this is in real time showing you how fast I'm actually scrubbing my hair, and this also gives you a very good look at the actual pressure that I'm using. I know it probably looked like I was being rough, but I'm actually being very gentle in the way that I'm cleaning my hair. So after I fully shampoo the roots of my hair, I will apply some of the shampoo down the lengths and then just twist this up to get it out of the way. Again, you want to keep everything done in sections, especially if you have curly hair and you have straight K-tips in, or it's just not the same texture as your hair. If it's different textures, sections is going to save your life. So once I fully shampoo all my hair, I will get in the shower and rinse out the shampoo. Now I only shampooed once. You can definitely go in and shampoo twice if you like. After I rinse out the shampoo, I only did half my hair at one time. Then I'm gonna go in with my deep conditioner. I'm using the Design Essentials Rosemary and Mint, I think that's what it is, deep conditioner. And for this, I mainly apply it to my natural hair. That's what I am focused on. The extensions will just get some treatment by default, but as you can see, I don't really pass my natural hair. After I do that, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, rinse out the shampoo, and then go in with my deep conditioner. After I've applied the deep conditioner to all the sections, I then go in to detangle my hair. I do use a wide tooth comb, and I am very gentle while detangling the hair. And right here, what you can see, I think is still actually sped up ×2. So you can see how gentle I'm being. I don't want to rip out my hair at all. And right here, you can see I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised at how easy it was to detangle. But I do think it's because I only shampooed once, so it probably wasn't all the way cleansed. But this is the back of my hair, which has a lot more texture. It's a lot more curlier than the front of my hair. And you can see it was still pretty easy to detangle. And I think I only have about like a pack and a half of the K-tips, so I didn't have a lot of the extensions. Obviously, if you have a lot more extensions in your hair, you're gonna have a lot more hair to deal with. After I went through and detangled my hair, I then went back and rinsed out the deep conditioner. I didn't let it stay in too long just for the time that it took me to go in and detangle my full hair. And I did try to rinse this out on cool water to trap as much of the moisture in. So after I rinsed out the conditioner, again, I twisted up the hair because you can clearly see my hair now compared to the extensions. I want to keep my hair as stretched and detangled as possible. So I did let my hair dry in a microfiber towel. I really can't remember how long it was in there, but you can see my hair is pretty, it's pretty dry. Not super dry, but it's only damp at this point. I'm going to go back in and reestablish the 4 sections that I started out with at the beginning, and now we're going to apply our leave-ins. The first one I'm going in with is the Chi Heat Protectant, and then I go in with the Biosilk Silk Serum to help just give it a smooth finish. Then I'm going to split each section into 2 sections. I'm going to detangle. Again, be gentle. I know it probably looks like I'm being rough on my hair, but I'm not. Be gentle in your detangling. And then I'm going to twist the sections again, because while my hair is air drying, until I get to it to blow dry, I want it to stay stretched and detangled. Again, this is going to help in making sure that you're minimizing any breakage or damage while you're doing your own maintenance. So after I go through and fully detangle my hair and twist it up, now it's time for the blow dry. And for the blow dry, again, I have fine hair. My hair can only take so much. And while she does put up a good fight, I don't want to put her through more than what she needs to go through. So I am using the tension method to blow dry my hair. I'm not using any attachments. I'm not using a brush. I'm just pulling my hair taut and blow dry my hair until it's dry. And I'm just going to keep going down and just chasing down the length of my hair with the blow dryer as I'm pulling and stretching the hair out while it dries. So this gave me pretty good results. Again, it's the most low tension method of blow drying that you can do. You're guaranteed to not be ripping out any hair through your brush. And this is what it looks like. And for a tension blow dry, my hair got pretty straight. So I was not mad at it. But obviously, if you want a super silky look, go ahead and do your full blow dry. And now I'm going to go ahead and start flat ironing. I'm using my Numi flat iron at 450 degrees and my Golden Hot pencil flat iron. And that just comes with one setting. I'm going to section my hair in front, half, and back. And then for the back, I'm going to go in, section out my leave out, my perimeter leave out, flat iron that separately. And then we're going to go in and start flat ironing the actual extension and my hair together. Now for this flat ironing phase, it's pretty self-explanatory. But when it comes to the K-tip extensions, you do not want to flat iron where the K-tip is. Remember, you did use heat to attach the K-tip to your hair. So if you apply heat to the K-tip, it is going to melt the keratin and then it's just going to slide right out of your hair. So when you are flat ironing, you want to start below where the keratin tip is and then flat iron the hair. Now, if you just installed your K-tips, you might not have enough new growth to where you can go in between the root and the K-tip. So I would say just flat iron below the K-tips for now. If you are going to wear your K-tips for the 6 months that they say you can wear it, obviously probably around month, 3, 4, you'll definitely have enough new growth. And then you can go in with a pencil flat iron and flat iron the roots in between your scalp and the K-tip to get a more flat finish. But for me, again, I would just err on the safer side, especially because I'm doing it myself, and I just flat iron below the K-tip extensions or the K-tip itself. So this is what my hair is looking like with my flat iron method that I've been doing. And for the front section, I really just follow the same method. For my leave out, this is mainly where I use my pencil flat iron. and that is just to really get in here and get it as silky straight as possible. For the back, obviously, I really didn't care much. No one's going to see the roots back there, but for the front, we want it to look as good as possible. So this is where I went in with my pencil to make sure I got it as sleek, as straight, and as close to the root as possible. So again, as you can see, if you're going to do K-tips yourself, the maintenance itself is also a pretty easy process. It's a little bit time consuming. Obviously, you want to take your time when you're doing this because you don't want to cause any breakage or damage to your natural hair. You want to preserve your hair as much as possible. It's pointless to do these styles and then when you take it out, you end up having to cut your hair because of damage. So just take your time, and it is doable. So if you want to invest in it and get these done, this is what you have to look forward to when it comes to your maintenance days. So after I completed my flat iron, I did wrap my hair for that night to make my hair set and, you know, just give it a nice little flow. The next day, this is me, and I'm just unwrapping it so you can get like the full view of it. So again, because of how I did my blow dry, obviously my hair didn't come like the flattest and sleekest it could possibly be, but I like the results that I got. I know my hair is good. But you can definitely get it, you know, straighter than this. I almost wanted to like cut some of the K-tips and just make it like my natural hair length and just use it for more volume and density versus additional length. But I just left it as is because I didn't want to mess up the length in case I wanted to use it again. Right here, I'm just playing around with my hair with the different ways that I can style it. Now that you can kind of see like the clear difference of the volume of my hair versus the extension. This right here, I'm just showing how it looks in a ponytail, which in a ponytail, it looked really good. You really can tell the difference. But yeah, to me, this was definitely a successful wash day. If you have K-tips and you're thinking of doing your own maintenance, hopefully this was helpful. Definitely give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe before you leave because I definitely have some new things coming your way. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.